Hello. Today is Wednesday, March 3rd, and I spent most of the day running a bunch of errands. I had to do grocery shopping and pick up some things for Moose and stuff like that. So I spent most of the day actually outside of the house, which is so different. And I went to the post office. I got in the mail yesterday or the day before some samples. Can you see it? This is the I have no idea what I'm doing shirt, and the quality is so good. I'm really impressed. So if you didn't know, my shirts and sweatshirts, I've been trying to compare Printify versus Printful. They're both print-on-demand services, so that way when you order something, they print it and ship it to you. I really like it so far. There hasn't been any hiccups, but with Printful, you get to order some samples. So I got this shirt, and then I got a sweatshirt. It's the cozy sweatshirt, but I wanted to compare because I already have a cozy sweatshirt from Printify. It's in pink instead because they don't have the yellow, which is why I went with Printify originally. And I ordered it with the cozy in pink as well, just to see how that would print, you know? I like it, I think. Yeah, definitely. My sister actually ordered this sweatshirt as listed, and as listed the cozy is in yellow instead of pink, but other than that it's the exact same sweatshirt. And she actually cut hers across the neck because she doesn't like a small neckline, and it looks really good. So other than this shirt, this sweatshirt, and I got a rainbow shirt. Here we go. Ta-da! It's so fun to see my drawings on clothes. So I am really impressed. For my t-shirts at the very least, I do Bella and Canva, which personally I find to be the highest quality / softest t-shirts, and they fit really well. They stand up to time very well. Same thing with their sweatshirts, but I don't know if Printful has those sweatshirts available. And if I'm not mistaken, Bella and Canva is actually made in the USA, which is always great as well. I think before D&D today, I am going to go downstairs just to get a few things started, get the ball rolling for the next shop update. Good morning. So I didn't end up working on these last night. I ended up just taking a nap because I felt really cruddy. But I decided, I went through this old box. Let me show you. So this is my old box of acrylic paints, and as you can see, they're all like not quality paints. Like, I'll still use them, but I wanted to get like a fresh set of paints because I have a few sculptures that I wanted to paint, and I think a trip to the art store would be really good for me. Let me go grab the sculpture that I'm thinking of. I showed it in, what's it called? I showed it in, I think it was like the studio tour. I showed it in the studio tour, and I made it a very long time ago. It's very reminiscent of like older artwork that I used to do before I was doing more functional work. So this is the guy. It was supposed to be like on an ice cream cone, and I don't have the cone part, and the bottom is super like unfinished. I don't know why I didn't put a bottom, but anyways, this is kind of like the starting off point for, I think I want to do blobs with foods on their head. I don't know why. I just think it'd be really cute. So I want to paint this, and I need acrylic paint to paint it. So I have some, but I think going to the store would be good for me. Also, I need some gesso for the wood boards that I have. And yeah, maybe I'll take you guys with me. I really like Artist and Craftsman in downtown New Haven. It's phenomenal. So let me get ready to go. Okay, art supply haul. These are all things that I've been meaning to get for at least a long time. I bought more than I thought I was going to, but because I haven't used my acrylics in about maybe 2 years, I don't know what condition these paints are in. I'm still going to try and use them because I don't want things to go to waste, but I bought colors thinking, what if they're not good? So first up, I'll show what colors I did get. And as you see these colors, you probably think, of course she bought these colors. Yeah. But I did end up going with Amsterdam. I've never used this brand before, but I'm not really that picky when it comes to acrylics. So I got this brilliant blue. And I like to go with a brighter yellow rather than a medium. I think there's more options that way. I got 2 shades of purple, because my favorite color, and this purple is going to act as my black and for shadows. When I do paint, I rarely use black, and that's something that my oil painting professor was like pretty adamant about, but I understand why looking back, and it just improves your color theory when you have to mix your darker color or figure out how do you want to get to that darker shade. And I don't know, I just really like using purple instead of black as shading. And I bought a pink. And I think the only other color I got was green. A nice bright green. And I bought white because I go through it the most, and I bought this chunka size. It's like 4 times the size, I think, as the tubes that I bought. Yeah, so it's 500 milliliters, and these are all 120. And I go through white quite a bit, and yellow. Even though I see I have some yellow, it looks like it's almost empty in here, but I do go through yellow and white the most. Because I feel like yellow can change a color to where I want it to be. I don't know why that's always the case. And I just got some gesso for those boards. I probably could have gone with a smaller thing, but this was almost the smallest thing that they had. And I wanted to do foam because I don't really want paint strokes with the gesso on those wooden boards. And now I'm thinking, maybe I should have gone with like a clear gesso, but this is my first time actually gessoing a surface before I start painting, so we'll see how that goes. Next up, I got a sketchbook. I wanted a bigger sketchbook that had better paper for paints, because as I was painting with the gouache on top of the acrylic, I realized I'm not going to be using this gouache on the boards that I have or the canvases that I have. It's not really that great on top. It almost feels like it can scratch off, so it needs like some tooth and some paper to seep into, and I don't have any paper for these gouache paints. I ran out. I was using like the Strathmore mixed media, but I ran out, and I know I have some watercolor paper somewhere, but I don't have it in a sketchbook. So I just got this nice linen bound one, but I did buy it based on the GSM, and I prefer cold press when it comes to watercolor, so I'm assuming that's what I would prefer for gouache as well. And I'm really excited to have a sketchbook that can handle watercolor and gouache paints. Oh yes, this is nice. Oh, but there's like a crease. Cause like, what? Look, can you even see it? I don't even know. I don't know, maybe. But there's like a dent in these papers. I don't know, I think I'll stick with it, because I really don't want to have to do an exchange, and by the time I like cover these things, it should be okay. I don't think it'll be that big a deal. But I'm excited to have a sketchbook to practice with paints some more, and yeah, just kind of up my 2D arsenal of stuff. Oh, and I got a few more color pencils. So I only have 2 color pencils at the moment that I use like in my bullet journal. They're like magenta and like a purpley color. So these are the 2 color pencils that I have currently. As you can see, they are shades of pinkish purples. And I'm thinking with the gouache / watercolor, and in my bullet journal, I like to do some texture with the color pencil on top. So I have those 2, which have been fun, but I wanted a few other options. So I got a few more. And these are more like, I'm trying to stick to like darker shades over pastel colors, if that makes sense. So these are the colors I got. So I am really excited to play with these supplies. Part of me almost wants to go over this painting with the acrylic, but I also like it. I don't know, not sure, but definitely for this one, as you can see, I only did like 1 coat of the Posca. I would want to do like several coats. So this one, I think I'm just gonna go over it with acrylic paint rather than waste my Posca paints, because I wanted the Poscas to be for detail work. Anyways, I'm really excited. That was really fun, buying all of these supplies, some of which I needed because like I couldn't really use the wooden canvases, blocks, I guess you can call them, until I have gesso. And I needed more acrylic paints just in case all the ones I have are trash, which they probably are, to be honest, because those are probably at least 5 or 6 years old. So we'll find out. And I'm gonna paint this little guy. It'll be fun. It'll get me back into doing some sculpture stuff, which I'm really excited about. Hello. So it's Tuesday of the next week, and I just finished doing an artist talk with a group of middle schoolers all about like my artist journey. So I know the video that I posted last week is like, honestly it is kind of most of it, but I went like beyond after college and stuff like that, and like how I established myself as an artist and stuff. And it was really cool. The kids had a lot of questions about like sculpting faces and stuff, because that's what I like to do. I don't know. Every time I do a presentation like that, I feel like, was it like a vulnerability hangover? I've heard that term before. So there's a little bit of that for today. So if you've made it to the end of this video, I do have a question about the type of content that you would like to see here. Let me know some other video topics that you would like for me to discuss, whether it's Instagram things or setting up your own online store, pottery stuff. I want to make the content that you all want to watch. So yeah, let me know in the comments what type of videos you'd like to see. I'll keep doing studio vlogs because that's something I love to do, and I think they're fun, and I enjoy studio vlogs a whole bunch. But I'm also looking to add to my channel helpful stuff. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.